we're just going to start getting your system out.
Yep.
And built.
This is a 6-stage ice spring water.
6-stage?
Yeah, it's an RO 6-stage.
All right, no problem.
So it has an alkaline filter. So mostly I'm worried about the replacements every 6 months, 1 year stuff. So we are like 3 people in the house using it. So I'm not sure when we kind of replace those.
Normally it's every year.
Yeah.
For the filters themselves, and then the membrane itself, which is actually the heart of the machine, which I'll show you in just a second. That usually lasts anywhere between, a minimum of 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So that one's not so bad. It just depends on the quality of the water, but
Okay.
since you're on city municipal water, it's not that bad. But
Do you test the water after fixing it?
yeah, I do it before and after. So like this right here, this is the membrane of the machine.
Yep.
This is what they call a, well, normally it says it on here, but usually this is a 50-gallon a day membrane. This is actually the heart of the machine.
Oh, okay.
So this is what usually lasts 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And these 3 filters here, plus these 2 up on top, those would be the ones you need to change every year.
Oh, every year, okay.
Yeah. So as we built this thing, I'll show you what it looks like. Basically on this particular system, you got, like you said, this is a 6-stage machine, so you have 1, 2, 3, and they're basically all marked 1, 2, 3. So the water goes through, sediment, carbon, comes out, goes into the 4-way here.
Okay.
Comes out of the 4-way, goes into the membrane, gets filtered out. The yellow one represents good water, the black one represents the bad water.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it gets separated as the filtration goes through. So,
and where does this go out in the
it's going to tie into your drain.
Oh, okay.
And then that way you don't have to worry about emptying anything because it does it for you. So what we're going to do now is install the membrane. The membrane only goes in one way. As you can kind of see, it's kind of like a big roll of paper towel.
Right.
It's just layered. So the 2 O-rings go in this way. So you just push it in like this, and then kind of twist it while you push it in, and like that.
What systems have you seen that perform the best?
Well, I've put a lot of ice springs in.
Okay.
I put a lot of Apex in.
Okay.
Those are the normal 2 brands that I've put a lot in the Frisco, McKinney area.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, they're fine. This is going to be for the soap dispenser. In line with each other. See? See that? Yep. So all you should see at the end is the little fish hook.
Yep.
And then a little bit of the nose.
Yep.
With that being said, the first one I'm going to drill, probably the soap dispenser. That's going to be the bigger one. That's 1 1/4 inch drill bit, diamond bit. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right.
So it's going to kind of look like this a little bit. I'm just going to pre-stage it for you, so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. I'll leave you some slack, so that way you should. So it's kind of, so that's kind of the way it's going to look.
Perfect.
Let me go back under to confirm.
Yep.
And make sure everything looks good before I start to drill, because once I drill,
there's no other.
It's over. And I don't want to. I hate to be wrong. So the purpose of the water is to keep the stone cold as well as the drill bit cold. And every so often I'll be stopping and back and forth. So this is going to be the longest part of the job, because I can only go so fast. And I can't force it, because if I force it, there's a potential of burning up the drill bit, number one, but most importantly, cracking the stone.
Yep.
So where I gotta just basically let it do its thing, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so here we go. Soap dispenser, RO, right? Because the reason why I'm asking is because obviously the holes are wrong, holes are different. So if she goes, oh, I wanted it over here, I'm like,
no. No, the soap dispenser is the other side.
okay. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go a little bit high. It's probably right about here.
Perfect.
Neat thing about the tape is it helps with the cleanup.
Yeah.
So what I do with the tape, I'm pretty much done. Everybody in the home is right-handed, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that, my friends, those were the two hardest parts of the job.
Yep.
The rest of it won't be that bad. Red for the inlet.
Yep.
Drain. Tank. Faucet. It represents cold water, and the red one represents hot water. So 9 times out of 10, you have to pull these tabs to turn the water off.
Yep.
That's it.
So what happens if the hot water goes into the
Machine?
RO machine?
I mean, it's not so. It'll just heat up the filters and cause the machine not to.
Oh, it's not recommended to use hot water.
No. That's what they always say, to filter cold water. That's why when you do like a water softener, they always do the water coming into the home, which is obviously cold, and then from that point, after it's filtered, it goes into the water heater.
Oh. Okay.
Because if you do it the other way, it's not good.
Not gonna work.
It's not good.
So that's the drain drill, right?
And then this neat. And there's plenty of slack there to where you can get it out. And I always do too for my customers as well. Since there is a valve there, yes, but sometimes in the case of an emergency or something goes haywire and you can't get to it, I put a valve right here.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather you have more ways than no ways to get the water turned off. So that's what I always do. So that way, if there was an emergency, boom.
Just put that there. Okay.
That way I can test the line already. See?
Yep.
Now I've got water onto here. I like to say a one-way street. They only go one way, except for this yellow line. The yellow line is basically a two-way tubing, meaning that it takes in water to the tank, and then when you turn the faucet on, it pushes water back through the line. So this is the only line that water goes in to the tank one way, and then when you open the faucet, it goes the other way. So this is the only line that does. All the other ones, they go only one way.
Oh, okay. So then, does it go to the alkaline filter later after that?
Yeah, so basically what it does is it goes in here, here, into the membrane, comes out here,
Mm-hmm.
goes into this line, goes to the tank.
Okay.
Once the tank gets fully pressurized and you open the faucet, the water goes back through the taste and odor filter, does kind of like a U-turn, goes into the alkaline filter, comes out, goes to your faucet.
Oh.
So that's how it works.
So what happens if tank is half filled and I'm trying to still open the tap?
If the tank is half full,
Yeah, and still it's
you'll get water.
okay.
It just won't be very much.
Oh, okay. So, but the kind of usage we do is like basically for water drinking or just for cooking sometimes. So, it might probably we might use 2 gallons of water, 1.5 gallons of water
yeah.
sometimes.
Well, as you folks drink water,
Yeah.
it makes water to replenish it. So your tank will always be full.
Oh. So it's going to take 2 hours to fill it again?
No,
Okay.
only the first time because there's nothing in it.
Oh.
So like I said, as you folks use water, the water level goes down, and the machine goes, hey, it's getting low. I mean, it's not empty, but it's getting lower. So then it tells the machine, kick back on, and then it fills back up.
Oh.
So you'll always have constant water.
And what's the wastewater? What does it have? Is it like all impurities or?
Yeah, a lot of it's the bad impurities in the water and whatnot. There's nothing to be on zero. Yeah, it's high.
Yep. Can you repeat?
It's fine. So
So it's right now 72, but it's going to go down to around 9. Probably.
yeah, it'll go down
couple
lower.
hours.
It'll go down lower as you use it.
Yep.
So tomorrow, it's gonna be, or I mean tomorrow. Once you fill it up,
Yep.
and then you drain it, like we talked about in 2 hours,
Yeah.
it could be the water might be a little discolored because of the filters being flushed out some more,
Yeah.
as well as it might be a little bit milky or cloudy, which is just more air in the system, and that's perfectly normal. So what I would do is after you're done on the first initial flush and you fill up again on the second one, and then you open it and it looks a little cloudy, just get a glass of water, fill it up, and then if it dissipates, goes to the top, rises like it should, then that's perfectly normal. It's just more air.
All right.
So it's kind of like an Alka-Seltzer. Concerns that you have for me?
I think we are all good. It was a pretty neat work. Thank you so much.